Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we're back to the Lord of the Rings adventure card game. Now I could go back and do the final tutorial a third time, but having spent an hour in the last episode doing it, I think we'll just save that for later. Instead, what we're going to do is just go down the route here and do a quick play. Now it seems to me like you get the same rewards every time for the quick play, or it doesn't reset until you do the quick play once. And then this is just a mirror showing you a vision of a possible future, so I think in general it is just setting yourself up for the randomness of this quest. What we really want to figure out here is just how long each of the different types of gameplay mechanics are, and how many times it really is going to want us to do this, and what kind of fellowship points as rewards we're going to get. They're not really promising any fellowship points for this one. We'll do the Explorer's deck just because I don't think we've done that, or we've done it once. We'll play on standard difficulty, I think, always going forward. Let's just hop in here.
Down a long flight of stairs, the lady went into the deep green hollow, through which ran murmuring the silver stream that issued from the fountain on the hill. At the bottom, upon a low pedestal carved like a branching tree, stood a basin of silver, wide and shallow. And beside stood a silver ewer. With water from the stream, Galadriel filled the basin to the brim and breathed on it. And when the water was still, she spoke. The mirror of Galadriel, she said. I have brought you here so that you may look in it, if you will. The air is very still, and the dell is dark as the elf lady sat, tall, pale. You gaze into the mirror and see events that may never be. Do you wish now to look? She asks. Do as you will.
So, interesting amount of spacing here, in that it would have made more sense to double space here to kind of take up some of that, add another space here. We don't know who you is in this case. You, tall and pale, is the only reference as far as who you are in this story. This reminds me certainly of my feeling that I've had in the past with Lord of the Rings, that honestly the whole elf race feels like it could have been its own story and touched upon a lot more. And that's true for pretty much all the races and all the different clans and areas in the Lord of the Rings books. It definitely feels like, in retrospect, if you were going to do something like the Lord of the Rings, trying to make it more like the Marvel Cinematic Universe would kind of make sense. Just about 2-hour movies that stand alone perfectly well on their own and slightly connect to an overarching narrative, but you really don't get it anywhere close to combining all those stories until you get to like Endgame in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yeah, and I guess that's exactly what I would try to do if I was going to try and convert the Lord of the Rings to a movie series, is instead of stretching it out into 3 movies, try to tell new stories focusing on the different races, and then at the end have one big movie that is just focused around the battle at Mordor. Of course, that may not be very true to the books. What I would do, almost certainly I would be adding a lot of content and stretching it out. That being said, I'm not sure that I wouldn't be surprised if Tolkien, if he was still alive, if he was just writing Lord of the Rings now, would have written it like that too. Let's hop into the game instead of rambling. There's also some pretty big words there. Alright. So, this is our first game that's been outside of a tutorial. We have a location specific action at every single point. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of this. And keep the rest of this. Many paths and visions. Defeat every enemy and hazard to emerge from the vision. So that is just it. So we've seen our first orc here in the Dol Guldur Scout. And then locked each round until enemy defeated. Does that mean I have to defeat multiple enemies, or does that mean I have to defeat only one enemy? I think you start with this. Playing this is probably not a terrible thought. That being said, could we kill something before it could attack? Yeah, we could kill this. So it does just kind of make some sense to do that. But we can't because that's on guard. So if that's on guard, then it does just make sense to put this on guard. Steal some resource. Now notice this says -1 to Sauron. It doesn't steal it from Sauron. Now I don't have enough resources to play anything else though, so we are left having to kill something. I think killing this is probably our best bet. So let's go with that. Oh, that was the worst one to attack with, come to think of it. Because if I kill that, and then this is unlocked. Oh, I played so poorly there. I wish I could undo that. Okay, well, you attack here and you do one. And then I assume you attack here. We could have tried to maybe do this. Each player gaining one random card. Ready after defeating an enemy or resolving an objective, limited once per round. So I could ready a character. So I see some benefit of that. Store one every character. Another guard character. So we need to get past this guard character. While this guy's still on guard, what else do we want to do? Probably don't want to spend any currency, so best bet, I suppose, is to just take this one and attack that. No, you would have to attack this. Whatever, we'll do that. Use his power. Then attack here. Oh, nothing's dead yet. Let's put this on this lady. Alright, so she's gonna attack this, and then that's gonna ready her again. And he was able to play a character. Darn it. Alright, well, we have to attack once, so probably best to just attack with that and lose his guard. So it seems like we can win here. I don't know if there's another part to this after this, though. Looks like we finally gotten another achievement filled. Inquisitive talk, draw 50 cards during gameplay. So we've only drawn 50 cards overall. Do that. Then we need to get this guard character gone. Let's see. What is the best way to pull this off? I feel like you play this. And then you do this. Pretty obviously. And you just do that. And here we have Garlob, not Balrog. Was I supposed to be defeating Balrog or Garlob? Seems like there's definitely a case of too many people with the same names going on here. I don't think I use this card particularly the best way. He's giving a lot of cards block, and I'm just putting a lot of cards. Oh, this guy has an ability I didn't even know about, where you can straight up just cancel enemies' attacks, or cancel damage. Beyond Wary is now activated. Exhaust one hero through the next round. Okay. so we can't use his items. Upkeep, restore 1 health. Alright. I'll do that. We'll do that. Looks like we could probably heal a lot of people if we could activate that. We could do a preparation, or we could draw 2 cards. I think it's probably better to draw 2 cards, because one of those might be a 0 card. Okay. So this kills us, which shouldn't that. Well, that blocked damage for the first attack. So I should have attacked with something like this first. Well, now I'm confused. What does block do? Shouldn't be able to block everything. Reduces the damage taken by 1 from each turn. Okay, good to figure that out. So all 3 of these have block, so almost every card on my hand on my field can't win. Well, this is downright insanity. We're gonna have to put basically everything in a defense mode. And we're gonna have to try our best to do as much as we can. This guy's exhausted again. It literally means just put, I guess, people in defense mode. But block in defense mode's not going to help either. I need things that can attack more than once, do more than 1 damage. Exhaust 1 ally to unexhaust another ally does make sense. So exhaust that to unexhaust that. And we might as well just kill this character first. Still can't use our ability. I should be using this. And I just have this default mentality to not even look at this. Moment of clarity, moment of clarity, moment of clarity. Okay. Who do we want to restore? Let's go ahead and restore that guy, I guess. If I play a surge, I think there's a move here. I guess maybe not. I didn't have enough resources. If we get our fate all the way to the max, does that do anything for us? Resolve one random hazard. Let's go ahead and get rid of this guy. Now, let's just double check that this guy doesn't have block, he has pursuit. I played out of order there, I guess. I should have probably killed that first. Okay. Heal this one. Grant one character stealth this round. Resolve one hazard, that's not very helpful. Grant 2 energy or 2 power. Just throw another block character. I feel like you probably want to do this. And then we'll play this later. I guess the idea would be to put this in defense mode. That way. That works fairly well. You do this. This guy has guard. We'll attack with him. We just healed the guy up. Let's go and use our power. Attack. This guy counters. Attack. So then we can put these two, since they're either going to do 2 damage here or just nothing here. They don't have a power to activate. Well, I can't activate this power yet. So this. 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 Remember, we completely lose when we hit 50. Cover each of your allies that enter into play, ignore summoned allies. Okay, this puts us in a weird position. One character stealth this round. This is block, block. Then we'll go ahead and put this guy in defense mode. We can't surge. as they do stealth. I've just gotten a second achievement for spending 100 resources. So it does seem like they've balanced the achievements fairly nicely in such a way that you will get them as soon as you're done with the tutorials. This guy's like 5. Gains a random card. How valuable is gaining a random card? I am not using this character's ability correctly at all. We never saw anything that said there was a maximum number of cards you could have in your hand. Which I guess that is something to think about. Restore 2 health to 1 character. Let's see. If I attack here, then use this ability, then attack here again, he's down to 3. Okay. Can't play anything more. Restore 2 health. Let's go ahead and make that a power. Activate this. Activate that power. That negated his attack. Put that in defense mode. Put that in defense mode. If I destroy this, I get another move. This has counter and stalwart. Means I can attack it. So I probably should have been attacking that earlier. This one's gonna die, this one's gonna die. Let's heal ourselves instead. Does ranged attack counter blocking? Probably worth testing out. When this attacks here, will do 1 or 2 damage. It does only 1 damage, so range does not counter block. I'm really having to struggle here to get this far. And we know that there are challenges around this that are even more difficult. That there are other play methods designed to be more difficult. Rival gain protect. I don't know what protect does. We're still making progress to other achievements too. We're up to 40 of 50 on the threat meter. Store 1 health to every character. Let's just attack here and hopefully win. Okay, well, this is intriguing because either I defeat every enemy and hazard to emerge from the vision, so I've either screwed up here, or I just have to defeat this one last character before he summons one more character. Okay. Is it worth it to throw out a block? Kill that, get a refill, activate this, do that, and then I guess we just do that. Most card games have a tendency to feel like they could drag on quite a bit. I definitely see how a scenario like this could drag on with there not really being a lot of way to get around it either.
You stand alone.
You're just not going to have a lot of control on the length of a game.
See, is both good and perilous. Take knowledge and experience. Hard won. Within your hearts, ever forward. You stand back from the mirror, and the stillness of the air returns. The lady speaks softly. Let us return. And you go away from the place without a further word spoken.
So obviously, since this is supposed to be random scenarios, they can't write a nice narrative around it. Just doing a very generic narrative. Here's going to be the big reveal. How much fellowship are we going to earn from doing that? Completion award of 25. That seems like a pathetically low amount. We completed the quest with every hero at 50% or more, and we completed the quest with every hero in play. That gave us 400, and we can see that there's only 2 quest challenges, which is a pathetically low amount. Now, Hall of Heroes seems to allow you to potentially do it over and over again with different decks. Right. Quest reward: defeat the Balrog. Defeat the Balrog with Gandalf on expert difficulty. We didn't see a Balrog. Which I don't know how you would actually have gotten to the Balrog. That was an Explorer's deck, and clearly we needed a battle deck, and honestly, we probably need a custom deck around that. Now, logically, I guess it makes more sense to just do this a second time.
Down a long flight of stairs.
You know this text is going to be the same, so we can skip it.
I am Sauron, Captain of Gondor.
We're just looking for what would be different. It doesn't seem like it would be too different, really. You have a moment of clarity, moment of clarity, moment of clarity 3 times. And then greatly outnumbered and stuck in the mud. That seems different. Seems like we might be in a different location, or at least they have a different field and table. It's kind of crazy that there even is a different field and table considering how solo player this game is. +1 energy this round versus objectives at full power. Weird. I don't know how you'd actually play that. So I don't think that's one to start with. And that's not one to start with. Discard every ally from each player's hand. Discard 2 random cards from each player's hand. We have Forest Spiders, Deep Dweller, Forest Spider, Escape the Vision. Locked each round until an enemy is defeated. So the Balrog may very well be just a randomized things. Okay. This one has counter, which I don't know what that does. Let's try this. And then try this again. +1 attack for each health below maximum, no attachments. So this guy's a unique character. I guess the question is, how can we best use him? Nobody has power. +2 first time the character takes damage this round. Ranged, vanquish, draw 1 card. Let's try this. We'll hit this, and then it does a counter of 1 damage. Then he put out a card and it's exhausted. Then we'll do this, and because it killed it, nothing seems to really happen there. Oh no, I did kill it, so I drew a new card, which is a good move. And then this is a 3. And then this one I'd like to be able to attack, but I can't, so best case scenario is to do that, I guess, and put that in defense mode. Nope, those were fleeting cards, which means they disappeared. I thought they were going to go back to the hand, so putting it in defense mode was really dumb. Another ranged attacker makes a lot of sense. So let's play him. Ranged attack there. doesn't hurt the character. Ranged Vanquish would draw a card, so we'll do that. Three there. Revenge readies one character. Put that on the field. So am I doing a poor job of focusing in on health in favor of just over-focusing on something else? What does this guy do? He's got a gem on it. Yeah, we should get rid of him. There goes all my allies from my hand. So that may not really be that big of a deal. Because we're drawing new cards. Ready this card, I guess. And let's just go ahead and win that part. Upkeep exhausts a random ally. We've got a character. Now we're really going to start to look to get rid of characters. Discard the next attachment Sauron plays. +1 this round versus objectives at full energy. Character with guard. Let's play a character with guard to start with. Exhaust the next enemy that enters in play. It could have been useful. Do we really have any other options? I just think it is. There we go. That should work. Right, so we killed that. Now we're just trying to remove as many cards as possible. Grant an energy. So this is +1 energy for each objective full. Which I don't think that really did anything. Alright, we've set ourselves up kind of nicely and we're moving a lot faster this time, but a lot of things could still go wrong. Weirdly, it does seem like we have preparations to play, which we really shouldn't be playing early on. I should be putting things in defense mode. Unless I want to try and get a random card. Oh, I just don't know if any of these are really that useful. put that in defense mode to start with. There. Kill that. Draw another card. Ready after defeating an enemy. Let's not equip that yet. Let's start by putting that in defense mode. Now, equip that. And his treachery didn't work, or his attachment didn't work. So now he's exhausted. Store forward to one hero. New round. We'll start with somebody with guard. Cards are just not particularly great. Okay. So now I kill this, and that draws a card. And then that resets it so I can then kill this. And that draws another card. So we've made a nice strategy here. Go ahead and restore forward to this hero. We just don't have anything else we can do, so put that in defense mode for the next turn. Although technically I guess the game doesn't call it defense mode, they just call it defense. Same difference, I'm sure. 2 cards from each player's hand. Although, if I'm not paying attention, I guess I could easily run into some real problems. Fleeting arrival, draw 3 cards, deal 3 damage, or -3 fate. I think what you do is probably put this in defense mode first. And then I guess you put this back in defense mode. I couldn't even play this, I'd have to wait till next turn. We've just lost one of our heroes. Treachery gives protect, which screws me up on that one. I don't know if I'm gonna win here, and if I lose, I assume I just lose. Yeah, I don't think there's anything more to it than that. I think it's just you lose, you get no fellowship points. It might be nice if the game gave you fellowship points for when you lost, so you could better like protect. Oh, I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. If you could build up a bad deck by losing and getting more points. would be nice, but I don't think we're going to have such luck. So in that case, you now have a shield and a special, where this guy has only a special, and I could have given him a shield. It's probably better just to attack this. We're gonna have to kill all the enemies on the field if we're gonna win. There's another of our heroes. None of our heroes down. We lose when this one dies. Massing for an attack. What do you want character? See, if we just go all out and kill this, doesn't even matter. Like, this one's now too strong, the Deep Dweller. This is a armor. We don't have an armor. We can't play it. So literally the only thing we can do is play one thing. There is kind of an odd balance here in that both the health and the block, how do I say this? I guess both a single attack and an attack with a large amount of health that kills a character accomplishes the same goal in that that character does not have the opportunity to attack a second time. Here, we're about to get to just a threat maximum, but I don't know if we're even going to make it that far. It definitely feels like there should be 4 different colored gems, not just one at the top. If there are 4 different spots where a gem could be implanted. It kind of feels like there probably was only one type of piece of equipment in maybe weapons or armor, and then they expanded to 4 different types of equipment. Maybe if I had saved some mana in between each turn instead of just wasting it all each turn, that would have been helpful. But as it currently stands, I literally can't do anything. Best case scenario is just to go in defense mode. So the glowing Eye of Sauron, which I don't know if they really explained that much more than magic. Okay. So what did we learn from that? We learned that yes, you need the right deck, and you may fail anyways, and you don't get any rewards if you do fail. So having the right deck definitely matters. In trying that twice, we also know that there's some randomness to it. We could get another 1,000 fellowship points up here through doing the tutorial 3rd time. But we're also in a weird position where we know that there's at least a couple of cards that unless you unlock them a different way, they want 50,000 fellowship points. And I just don't know, I don't really believe that that's something that would be worth spending the money on or grinding to get that much fellowship points. At least not through random. Maybe one of the other scenarios and campaigns gives you like a first clear reward of 50,000, or maybe just unlocks these cards completely. Now, there is also at some point we're going to have to sit down and figure out what this hero award is all about. The hero award is to take 8 actions with Aragorn in 1 round. I don't know how in the world you could take 8 actions with Aragorn in 1 round, but apparently if you do that, then you get these cards that can be added to your deck, or he's just equipped with these cards permanently. Sword that was broken, attachment card. Sword that was broken otherwise does not seem like it exists. It's not grayed out in this whole list, because this list is alphabetical. There's a lot of cards here that are not 50,000, but still would be quite a bit. And honestly, since you know there's no multiplayer here, I'd be heavily tempted to just cheat and just say, either show me a path that's more reasonable by giving me more rewards, or I'm gonna potentially just cheat and see if I can hack the save file to give myself a ridiculous amount of fellowship points to unlock cards, or just hack the save file to unlock the cards. After doing the tutorials, we're not seeing a huge increase in Sauron items. I wouldn't be surprised if there's maybe 20 pages at most as far as Sauron enemies, which may limit how many decks or how many different types of decks you need to make. It may very well come down to a situation where you will end up building the same deck multiple times with just different heroes, and it will not significantly change the experience of actually playing the deck. I do have to say though, I'm not 100% feeling this yet. Like, the tutorial took 5 hours, this quick play random skirmish, doing it twice has taken an hour. I could definitely see myself losing momentum as we go through the adventure and then the campaigns, which could be very long, and then these encounters themselves say they are super difficult, so I could see that getting very, very frustrating. The achievements we're making decent progress on for having really just started the game, in that we now have 4 of 73 unlocked and probably a lot of progress towards a lot more. But I just don't know how much I really want to do. Now the good news, I guess, on this is that they're going to give me a specific deck, so that gives us something different to do. And then we have 4 rewards here, one being Theodred must fall into the last carrying the warrior's sword. He is given in marshalling number 1, which that sounds like just a ridiculously random combination of words. To me, it makes no sense. I don't even know what this is all about. I guess this is Theodred. But this also kind of feels like this might be some story from outside of the Lord of the Rings book. Saruman being mentioned here. Yeah. Anyways, I guess that's as good of a place to end this as I can. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.